Greetings and salutations, Geo nerds. So here we are, folks, up in the beautiful snowy mountains, one of the most beautiful parts of Australia. But what's it got to do with? There's something great big hole in the ground that's just appeared there. And of course, this great big machine, a tunnel boring machine. Hang in there. Let's find out together. Well, folks, here we are in our nation's capital today because we're going to have a look at some things that are going on in the Snowy Mountain 2 hydro scheme. Things haven't exactly gone to plan, would be a very optimistic way of putting it. Oh, look at all, that's all that happened. That's the Senate down there, isn't it lovely? Nice colour, I must admit. Anyway, so hang in there. By the way, you can now buy me a coffee if you want to. There's a link down below in the description. And thank you to the people that have. Anyway, you know what I'm going to say. Let's rock. Here we are today above our nation's capital, Canberra, which of course is Aboriginal for a great big pile of steaming kangaroo shit. Anyway, underground bunker. Oh, look out. No, we missed it. Of course we missed it. Every time I hit it, I just shoot it again. Anyway, off we're going. We're going to a place called Tantangara today, which is not that far away from Canberra. Actually, it's just one more valley over. Quite a big valley, I might add. Here it is. Here on the shores of this lake is where they've got the TBM a little bit stuck. It's been stuck for a year, but they did just unstick it the other day, so she's chewing through the rock again, through the mountain. That's one hell of a valley there. We used to do low-level flying here in the Air Force. Used to scare the bejeebies out of me. Anyway, not because of the mountains, the power lines. Anyway, we're spinning around. This is the other end of the tunnel here. There's all the workings there. This is the Blowering Dam end. And we'll just pull back here, and you can see they're just going to tunnel right through. They're going to tunnel right through all of that. Well, folks, this is the Snowy Mountains power scheme. I won't go into the old scheme. There's plenty of videos on that. But this is the new bit here. Long tunnel with a big power station under the mountain. 2.2 gigawatts of power and 350 gigawatts of storage. And here's a vertical profile of what they're cutting through the range. And yeah, guess where they got the thing stuck? Yeah, right at the beginning. Anyway, a little digression, however. So if you haven't guessed it, this is Ken Warby in Spirit of Australia on Blowering Dam, the dam below the Talbingo Reservoir where this scheme discharges into. 511 kilometres per hour on water. The fastest man on water ever, undefeated. Here he is here, here's his little boat, and see this thing here? I worked on that. A few years after that, it was in Wagga when I was there and it needed repairing. Because it had been damaged and we were working with fiberglass, so we fixed that little thing up. Anyway, I digress. By the way, that boat was powered by a J34 engine out of a Neptune, which we had quite a few of, so it was quite useful because I used to break a few of them. Not to worry. Anyway, let's get back to the main subject. So T-Rox, why do we need all this stuff? Millions and billions of dollars to dig holes and pump water here and let it go there. Why do we need this? Well, we do. Because if we're going to have more and more of this on our grid, it is of intermittent in nature and we need storage. And batteries are just a temporary thing. It's just a gravity battery really in the end. So if we're going to have these, and we're going to have lots of these, we need storage. It's that simple. This is big storage. Oh, T-Rocks. What happens when the sun don't shine and the wind don't blow? Well, if that's your argument, then you're one of these people that goes to the kitchen when it's not raining outside and is absolutely shocked to see there's water coming out of the tap. How did that happen? It's a miracle. No, it's called storage. It's a dam. Pretty much the same as this thing, actually. As a bonus, you can drink the water out of these things as well. Or, there is another alternative. Of course, we could listen to our Senator Dress-Up-in-Chief, who has a degree in economy and Bachelor of Arts, has never worked a day outside politics in his life, must have had to rub coal dust on his face here to get dirty. And here he is in his normal gear, looking like his brother, who, by the way, is the CEO of a coal mining company. Surprise, surprise. He wants us to build some of these. This is the go right here. There's Cherkoff radiation there. Beautiful looking stuff. I don't want to be near it. This is not a power reactor, obviously, but even so, it does the job. He wants us to build lots of these because, it's cheap, it's clean, even though there's no climate change according to them, but even so, it's clean. And of course, it doesn't produce any of, oh, yes, it does. It produces this. Oh, well, France. France has been doing this for a long time. They're building more reactors. They've got it all under control. Have they really? Well, let me tell you how much nuclear waste France has ever disposed of. None. Zero. This is what it's starting to look like. Okay, it's an illustration, but this is what it does look like. This is inside their facility, and that water is not blue, and they're not LED moonlights. That's Cherkoff radiation. And if you give a longer exposure, it looks even better. They have never disposed of one piece, ever. Right? Of all the years of producing nuclear power, they've got it all stored. Now, they are digging big holes, and they're going to bury it for 100,000 years. Yeah, I don't think so. So what are we doing, folks? Well, we're digging some holes, some big holes through a mountain range, a la Snowy Mountain scheme. And we're going to need some tunnel boring machines to do that. There are basically 3 sections, but there's quite a bit involved. Our main concern is the one that's got the TBM stuck in it. Here's our beautiful TBM. She didn't have a name back here. This is in Germany, I think. The name is Florence, 11 metres round and 147 metres long. Amazing. Being run by these awesome men and women, of course. If you want to know if they're real workers, look at their boots. You don't get that sort of crap on your boots by polishing a chair. So here's one of the portals. This is actually not the portal that it got stuck in. This is one over on the other side, but you can see the TBM hanging out of the portal there. This is the area where it got stuck. This is over in the Tantangara area. It's over the back there, unfortunately. I can get a really good shot of it. But I'll show you some stuff in a minute. And here's another portal. This is, again, over on the Talbingo Reservoir side. I think they call it Lob's Hole, something like that. This is just a close-up. There's a dude standing there to show you these are big machines. Individually designed. When I say big, I mean big. This guy is on the inside of one of these machines. They are tunnel liners there, and they're inside the TBM. They are enormous machines. Here's one queued up to go in underground. It's all been marked out. I'll put a ring around a bloke standing there, so it's a pretty seriously big bit of gear. I wanted to make that point. This is Florence, about to get jammed into the side of the hill with all the high-vis there and not too many workers there. That's all a bit new. And this is what went wrong. There she is. She's just gone inside the tunnel, and that's collapsed. And it's locked her in there. And she got stuck over a year ago. Yeah, there we are, 22nd December, 22nd of March, Florence, 104. She got stuck 175 metres in. And this is the hole. It's just a big hole. Rock just fell down on top of it, and it wasn't set up for it. So they've spent nearly a year obviously grouting in front of it and making it all secure so that they can start moving again. I mean, I'm not knocking these guys. They know what they're doing, but, it was unexpected. The geologists probably need to kick up the bum. They should have seen this coming. And there's a 3D point cloud of the actual hole, which is a pretty significant hole, let me tell you. And here she is on the move again, starting to tunnel. And these are big tunnels. It's 11 metres round. big tunnels. Well, who's responsible? Well, this is Paul Broad. He was the CEO. The buck stops here. He resigned as soon as the election was over, and he didn't have his mates to look after him. Speaking of his mates, here he is with Malcolm Turnbull, one of the people who thought of the scheme. I think Turnbull thought it'd be a great idea, but he got busted. And then he got rolled, and then this motley crew came to power, and I've got nothing more to say. It's just a big negative. They're in front of the scheme, by the way, because everyone wants to have their picture taken. But there is a problem, because the Talbingo Reservoir contains something that is not up in the Tantangara Reservoir, a parasite. And we don't... Oh, sorry. Wrong slide. This thing, redfin, if it gets up there, it's going to start munching its way through our mountain things, and that's not going to be good because it's not up there now. So we've got to look out for that. What have we got here? Who's responsible? Well, who's going to fix the problem? Well, it won't be this mob because the Australian people did the right thing and turfed them. Is it going to be this mob? Yeah, no. Yeah, they might sign a cheque one day and go, oh, well, we're so far in, we've got to keep going now. 12 bill, you know, what's another bill here, a billion there, sooner or later, that adds up to real money. No, we know who's going to fix this. It's going to be these men and women. The one in the high vis with the hard hats on. They're going to be in the tunnel fixing the problems that happen every hour of every day. And in the end, when the scheme works and it saves Australia billions of dollars over many, many years, it'll be these people we have to thank. Well, folks, here we are back in Canberra in the Senate. This is where Matt Canavan does his work and everyone else as well. That's your lot for this week. I thought it was an interesting subject. Don't forget, buy me a coffee, link down below. I think it's an amazing thing. Here we are in the tunnel now. Ooh, look at that. What do those little plus signs mean? Anyway, you know what I'm going to say. Keep rocking. T-Rocks out.
Remember, you better tune in next week to the show, because if you don't, I'll come round to your house and I'll rip your bloody arms off.